Okay. Yes, dear friends who watch this meeting, interaction, AtmaNambi with Dr. Ola Pettersson, I would like to say few things about him, about Dr. Ola Pettersson. Dr. Ola Pettersson was born in Sweden, now living in the US. He got out of his school with a dream. He had a dream at the time of his school days to become a train engineer. That was his first dream in his life when he was in the school. And Dr. Ola Pettersson was a member of Diamond Process, and he designed the largest dry pack isostatic press in the world. These are all his achievements. He helped to develop an ultra high speed turning technology which is used in NASA. And also Dr. Ola Pettersson worked in Europe, and he also worked in Japan and working in the US right now. And Dr. Ola Pettersson, he serves humanity to spread good things like meditation, yoga, and all these beautiful things. Now he is spreading also. This is the shortest profile of Dr. Ola Pettersson. Now we are here to hear more from his words. Okay? Welcome, Dr. Ola Pettersson. Welcome to this interaction. Yeah, you say something about your life.
Oh, thank you very much, AtmaNambi's, to invite me to this satsang.
Yes.
Presently I'm in Norway, in the western part of Norway, and even if I live in the United States, I'm from Scandinavia and will always be from Scandinavia. That's the root of my life, so to say. But as you mentioned, I started out when I was born in an archipelago of Sweden. And at that time, everybody was living by the nature. We fish and we had our potatoes in the backyard. So we learned how to cope with the nature, to cooperate with the nature. However, when I started to work in the big cities, I kind of forgot that because there were so many other things to take care of. But I always had my dreams, as you mentioned. Always had my dreams to be train engineer. I tried many other things as dreams, but my parents said, no good. Train engineer. So I was too young when I quit school to practice any harsh work in the industry. So I became a message boy. However, I took the opportunity to ask the professionals in the big industries I was working in how it was working and why, and so on and so on. And slowly I gained interest in technology. So I signed up for night courses and went to these courses for many years to gain a entrance to university. And then I went to university and got my engineering degree and worked as and I saw that as a step to accomplish my goals in the life. And after that, I actually jumped off. No, First, I was a team, one of the member of a team that developed high-speed trains in Scandinavia. And when that was done, I jumped off that path because I felt something in me that I needed some more challenge. And I got the opportunity to work with a small team. We were only between 25, 35 years old, a team of 7 engineers to develop a new way to make synthetic diamonds. Diamonds from carbon.
Oh, diamond. Oh,
Yeah,
many people are really interested in that. Come on, come on. Very interesting story.
that's right. And to make a diamond from a piece of carbon, you need
Really?
high temperature and high pressure.
Wow.
And it was a challenge, but after a few years, we had developed this process. Then we went further to utilize our press technology as we had developed, and made huge presses, 100,000-ton presses for the world industry. At that time, people from the auto and engine industry approached us, and I became a project manager to develop engine components utilizing this high pressure technology. And that is what we call in the industry dry bag compaction, but it's just a name. And working on that, I designed the equipment, of course, and also slowly developed material, special material for different type of engine components. Specifically, the bore where the pistons are working in, going up and down, creating power for the engines. And it took several years and took many type of technologies to be able to complete this in the auto industry, where they make, and it takes 30 seconds to make an engine, practically. So it takes a lot of development and focus. During that time, I was offered a work in the United States because there was so many companies that want to have this technology over in the US. And I followed this offer and became an American citizen after a while. Then I went from this industry because it took off and was managed by itself. And instead of that, I started to work as a consultant, had a little consultant company, and connected to everything that is about powdered material. It could be ceramic material, it could be steel, could be copper, aluminum, titanium, and so on and so on and so on, to make components cheaper and more precise for the market. And then I became a consultant for a battery industry too.
Wow.
So batteries are today a very popular component because we need a lot of batteries for our electric cars. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm helping companies in the battery industry to make batteries efficiently and accurately, high quality.
Wow.
And so this is in a short frame here, what I have done and what I'm doing right now, actually.
Wow.
This is extremely fun because I meet people. And on top of that, also, I can talk about how they can focus on their tasks by meditating. And it is actually very popular. It's very popular to talk about this
Yes.
too.
Yes. Very interesting, Dr. Ola. Very interesting. I have something to ask you. May I ask something? Yes? Yes. See, you said about you were born in a very beautiful nature-oriented place and you spend your childhood also in the nature. When you moved on to the cities, metro cities and all, how you felt suddenly?
How I felt?
From shifting from nature to the metro cities, especially now you
The
are in
I
US.
I can. That's a very interesting question. Thank you for the question. I would say because if you live close to the nature, have
Ah.
no iPhone, no television, and only the weather radio station on the radio, the one channel.
Yes, yes.
Your mind is focused on what's going on in the nature, from the smallest ant up to the largest animal in the sea. So, and I register, a person that lives like that, register that every second, every minute to work together with the nature. When I came to the big city, my mind was focused on details. And it took a few years for me to understand I cannot keep up with all the details. The details was such that I remember all the street signs, all the shop signs along the roads. I know exactly where they were. I had it in my mind. And when I went around in this big machine shop or repair shop, railroad repair shop, many people come up to me and say, "Are you going to the post office?" "Yes, sir," I said. "Yes, yes." "Can you pay this bill for me?" "Yes, of course I can." So I got 2 crowns and 32 cents from that person. I went to the next person. Got 5 crowns and 2 cents. And I remember everything. And I went to the post office, paid everything, and went back and said they gave me 2 cents back to you. And it went on like that until my mind said, this is no good because you're going to burn yourself out. You need some other type of information. That information that you can use in the big cities, where we only deal with people and concrete and machines. And so my mind shut down with regards to the nature until I was about 35, 40 years old. Then something happened in me. I said to myself, oh, I have spent so much time in the industry and I have accomplished so much good things for the industry and for the industry owners. But what's left is only dead things that doesn't mean much. So I
Okay.
went back to the nature. I start to go on ski trips in the mountains between Sweden and Norway for 2-3 weeks with one person, one other person, or even alone. And I got the sense of nature back again.
So
And
that's
so,
why that's why you are in Norway now. You wanted a change.
That's why I'm in Norway.
Yeah, Norway is an amazing country.
Yeah. And
Good.
and
Enjoy.
and so what's important is that a person need the connection to nature to be yourself, to be whole. That's a lot of that depends on a lot of myself, because I came from that background.
Hmm.
However, people who are born and raised in a city, they need to know this. And I heard, not many, but heard people from the big cities asking for this. Where is the nature? And I tell them about the nature, and I say, you are part of it. You're part of it. You can't deny that. You're part of the nature. That helps us in the discussion of what is going on with Mother Nature, the global that we're living on. And that helps us to understand,
Huh.
to recycle.
Very good.
Recycle.
Very
And
interesting.
it is very interesting. We talk a lot about global warming, which is very important thing. And it comes back to our way to drive cars and other things. However, uh, uh, um, recycling of our waste is a tremendously important issue. And
This I like very much. You said about recycling the health. Amazing, amazing. I appreciate this statement. This is a great message for everyone. Recycling the health. Exactly. Thank you.
yeah, and a few numbers here. United States are about recycling about 8%. 8%. Europe, EU, is planning to recycle 90% year 2030. Right now it's 67% or something like that. And I don't have the number for Japan and Korea, China, and so forth. I don't know how it goes there, but it is as important as global warming.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. Very, very fantastic. And since you said about your experience with the diamond processing, uh, were there not dangers for you from other people because you are a diamond man?
No, no, that process was actually uh, it was the competition, the world competition. There are two dealers, the Bears and GE in the United States. They said, "Don't enter the market because we're going to kill you."
That's what I asked you. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yes, very interesting. And also said, Dr. Ola, you said about the high pressure. You're working in a high pressure industry. Are you not afraid of such a high pressure, any danger?
Yes, it's very dangerous for people. However, the design of the equipment that we come up with is the most safe high
Ah,
pressure equipment in the world, and have
wow.
never had any accidents. But
Okay.
it's used for certain type of equipment in the industry.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it's such a risky thing. And you worked in Japan also. How do you see Japan and the US? Can you compare?
Yes, It's like night and day.
Ah,
And we can call Japan the day.
oh,
Everybody works together. Everybody works for Japan. That's the concept.
wow.
So they work as team always.
Okay.
You go to United States, there is no teamwork.
Really?
It's you work for yourself.
That's all.
That's all.
But in Japan,
The,
everything team.
yeah, it's very
Ah,
very hard to make an American to work as in a team.
why do you think that they're not working in team in America?
It's a culture thing, and um, I can't really tell where it comes from, but I think it comes from when they occupied the continent.
Ah,
The European occupied that continent, and
ah,
they thought it was theirs, and they
okay.
thought that they could create their own future by
Mm,
themselves. They didn't
mm.
need anybody to help them, and so on and so on. So I think it comes
Oh,
from the time when
oh,
they occupied the United States.
oh, oh. Also, maybe the reason of mixture of different kind of people in the US.
There is a yeah. You can see the Chinese people, Korean
Hmm.
people, Vietnam people are
Hmm.
much more team prone. They're
Okay.
much more team orientated
Okay.
than in the so-called the white Americans.
Ah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So you mean to say that Japanese are more heart oriented, therefore they are able to work together, something like that, or what?
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Mm.
Good. Very, very, very interesting, Dr. Ola Peterson. And also, I would like to ask, what are the hurdles that you faced throughout your life? You have achieved something definitely. Your achievement is really amazing. You started from nothing almost. Now you are a doctorate in technology of companies both in Sweden as well as in America and other countries like Japan. There must be some hurdles, you must have already faced some hurdles in your life, isn't it? Some difficulties.
Um, that's a good question. They see when I think about it, many people would see some of the problem that I have occurred in front of me. Many people would have seen it as tremendously difficult problems to solve or emotionally devastating. But uh, just because I was born where I was born, uh, I don't see those things as hurdles or obstacles or problems. If it's a huge problem, I go around it. And if it's a normal problem, I try to solve it as best I can without any sinking my emotions into it. The problem is just a problem. Even if people around me say, "You are a stupid idiot, why do you do this?" And I know it's this opinion just, but it doesn't hurt me at all.
This is a great thing. This is a great thing as a CEO, right? Normally, people trapped in the emotion and they forget the real issue. But in your case, as you stated rightly now, you attend the work, you attend the problem, not mixing too much emotion into it. This I see is something great. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it helped me. In the as I said before, I work in the industry, and my boss is the CEOs, the boss of the company, and many times his group have put me against the wall and said, "Why did you do this? This kid work?" And I just say, "Please, let me show you that it will work, even if 10 people are yelling at me." And then I go and then I show them that it works. The two things I know from the beginning that I was not going to fail. Number two is that I don't care about their emotion. Their
Ha,
emotion is they don't want to fail the company.
ha.
They don't want to lose money.
Okay.
Money. But I just see a problem that needs to be corrected.
Mm. And how you balanced your family and your profession?
Oh, uh, all my kids are gone for long ago. They live. Two lives in Sweden,
So therefore you
and
are
two
free.
lives in United States. Two in United States, and so
Okay.
they all live far from each other and far from me. So I take
Oh,
opportunity now and then to go and visit them.
okay. Okay. So
Yeah. Or
they never troubled you. They never
no,
interfered with your success. You are
no,
always interested in your profession, your job. You don't have time to look after us. Such complaints you don't get.
no. Nobody complains.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Mhm.
They are great people. You have great children also, it seems. Right?
Thank you. Thank you very
Very
much.
nice. Yes. Yes. Very fantastic, Dr. Ola. And I would like to ask about how come you enter into spirituality? You are a spiritual person, I know. How come? What made you? What made you to enter into meditation field and spiritual sadhaka?
Yes, my daughter, one of my daughter, my oldest daughter, she visited you in India. And when she came back to Sweden, and I was living in the United States at the time. She told me about you and all your work and who you are and so on, and that uh, fit fit me perfectly. I understood the connection right away, and I felt the energies, and we started to work together. My daughter, you, and me. I took you around in the United States on tours. 2 years, I think, we were in the United States on
Yeah.
tours. Yeah, to
Yes.
visit a
Um,
group of people.
yeah. So after entering into spirituality, meditation field, do you think some vast changes happening in you?
Yes.
Mm.
As I said, emotions
Um,
are the only emotion I think is I can feel sorrow for something.
oh,
I don't feel anger. I don't feel there are many different type of emotions. I have nothing about that. I kind of see things as it are, a flower and a dog or cat or somebody person that talks to me. And another thing that I feel anyway, I've seen it happen too, that people when they approach me, they never approach me with anger. I never see a
wow.
person who is angered.
Okay.
And I don't know what that is. However, I meditate every day, or or every other day if I don't have time or the situation is such. But I meditate as much as I can.
Okay.
And I use your teaching to gain spirituality or consciousness,
Thank
as you
you.
may call it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what is your current ambition in your life? I know that you keep on upgrading and updating your ambitions. What's your current ambition?
My ambition is to find a way to get meditation into the society as a piece of it. And I can
Okay.
tell a little story. When I went to school in Sweden, the church in Sweden was owned by the government. It was the
Oh,
Church of Sweden. That
okay.
meant that when we went to school in the morning, we prayed. We
Oh,
went to lunch, we prayed. We came back from lunch, we prayed. We left school and prayed.
wow.
And that had some impact on the small kids.
Wow.
However, why can't we do that with just meditation or unconscious teaching, unconsciousness, teaching for unconsciousness in the world?
Ha. Even now, the government is possessing the churches in Sweden.
Nowadays, the church is not connected to the government.
Okay.
So nowadays, it could be so that the small kids in Swedish school could meditate. In
Okay.
United States, that is different because they have a role that don't speak about religions or similar things in the schools because there are so many religions in the United States.
Yes. Unity churches in US, right? Unity churches.
That's right. But we could offer meditation and such type of training outside schools, like yoga and so on, and implement it together with those type of training.
Okay.
Because I know from discussion with young people in the United States, even though they are connected or maybe go to churches, but they are interested in meditation.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Ola Pettersson, do you have something to say to the youngsters and other people out of your experience? Some messages. What's your message today?
The first is to find yourself. Make sure you know who you are. Don't compare yourself with anybody. Even if you have ideals, don't compare with them.
Okay.
And go and find yourself in some way or another.
Okay.
Number two is have dreams about your future. Or the global, the earth, or something else.
And many people are simply dreaming and dreaming only, not doing anything. What about that?
That's right. When you dream, come to conclusions and make goals to accomplish, make achievements. Make goals that you accomplish. Goals for 1 month at a time, 6 months at a time goals, maybe a year goal. And make sure you accomplish these goals. And and be persistent. And as I said, don't bother about people's comments, and you will automatically look away from people's comments if you know yourself. Know yourself, you know you are on the right track for yourself.
Yeah.
And another thing too, when you work on yourself and your goals in the life, look at the larger perspective too. Even if you're young, young people need to understand that it's not just the street you live on or the village you live on. Everything is connected. So have a couple of goals for the long perspective. For example, young people, if you tell them recycle, don't throw waste away, put them in a certain basket. That's one goal. And then you build on to it.
Yes, in a situation where the surrounding people are discouraging a person, keep on discouraging, how to handle such a situation according to you?
That person that is discouraged, if he know himself, very well, he can sort out if this discouragement is a valid or not. There are valid discouragements. There are discouragement just because people are thinking, or people are not going by the facts, so to say, natural facts out around us. So there are two things. But as a base, we need to know ourselves. We need to base everything
So that is
on.
the base. That's a base. That's what you say. Knowing oneself completely.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I agree with you. 100% I agree with you.
Yes.
Yes. Very nice, Dr. Ola Pettersson. Wonderful. You have spared your valuable time here, in spite of you touring in Norway, because you have come from US to have the nature, enjoying the nature, relaxing in the nature. In spite of all these things, you have given some beautiful time, valuable time to share something about your living experience, right? Which is really, really valid. Instead of reading books, many people are writing books about something, this thing and that thing, but listening to a person firsthand about his or her own experience is something different, alive. So today is this opportunity. Thank you very much on behalf of Upanishad Ananda Mandir, India, on behalf of Indian people also. Yes, thank you so much. I'm sure after listening to this, your live interactions, many people will have much more successes like you, because you are already a successful person, right? Thank you very much for coming once again. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.